let's even show you how you can erase items and select different items inside SketchUp. So to do that, we'll use that to be able to create a bit of a clean sheet. One of the easiest ways you're going to be able to find to delete, or first of all select, groups of geometry that are all connected together is to just go up and pick up your select pointer tool, this tool up through here. Now this just enables you to select things. Now by a thing I mean, an element I mean, is if I select just here at the moment, it has picked up that face. If I select out in the middle of nowhere, it selects nothing. So it deselects something there. If I pick on that line, it has now selected the line, not the face. Now this is an important thing to learn about SketchUp. If I was to delete that line, what would happen is that line is needed to define two faces. This face on the side as well as the face on the top. So if I was to select that face there and get rid of it by pressing, there's a couple of ways of deleting things. I'll show you one way. First of all, select something like that, and then I press the delete key. Straight away I've lost not only the line but also the two faces that needed that line to define their complete boundaries. So I'll just undo. Up here we've got an undo tool up in this toolbar through here. So I'll undo that, so we're back to square one there. The other thing I can do now is select just that face, and if I press my delete key there now, it deleted the face, but it didn't delete any line work, and that line work is used to define the other faces, so the line work has stayed. So I'll once again press the undo tool. So that's a way of selecting things. Now another good tip on how to select items in SketchUp is if you hover in the middle of this face, for example, and double click twice, as if you're double clicking to start a program in Windows, it will not only select the item that you're hovering over the top of, but it will select all of the geometry which defined that item or is connected to that item. So as you can see, by double clicking, it selected the face and the four bounding lines for that face. If I was to press delete there, that face disappeared, but because also the four bounding lines disappeared, then the connecting faces disappeared as well. So let me just undo again, so I've got it all back. So far we've seen how we can single click an item to do something with it, and the thing we're doing just at the moment is we're hitting the delete key to delete items. We've also seen how we can double click something like a face. If I double clicked that line, it not only selected the line, but it also selected the two faces that connected with that line. Now the other item, I've just clicked outside there, so nothing's selected at the moment. The other thing you can do with your mouse button is not only single click, not only double click, but if you triple click selects all geometry that may be somehow connected and joined to the object that you're selected to. So as long as there is some connectivity, so as you can see by triple clicking on this face here, it selected all of that geometry that was connected by anything else. If you can imagine that if they were metallic objects, anything that might have an electrical connectivity to any other side of the object there, they are all selected in one go. Any of these objects here that are separated by an air gap to that geometry did not get selected. So I can now hit the delete key. That's one way of deleting items. You can either select them, then press the delete key, or you have got an eraser tool up the top here. So I'll just select my eraser tool, and the other thing you can do with to delete things is you can pick up the eraser tool and you could click on individual items like that line. Obviously, as I've explained before, as I select that line's needed to define two faces, so both of those faces went as well. The other thing that you can do with your eraser tool is just in space click and hold your left mouse button and swipe over the top of your drawing, and anything that you swipe long enough, it's like actually erasing it with a pencil eraser. You can rub over the top and that line work disappears. So you can rub over the top and it disappears like that. So by doing that, we can slowly just come through until we've cleaned up. I'm just going to clean up my whole drawing again, and we're going to start with something else to show you how you can control the size of the geometry you draw, you create now. So when you're pretty sure that you've erased everything with any of those methods, the selection methods and the erase methods, get yourself back, and you might even want to then go back to this isometric home position like we explained earlier.